Hey, what's up? It's Comic95 the Savior, and I just kind of want to rant to you guys for a second. So if you're just watching this channel for the first time, I just want to explain to you guys. I'm in Japan. I'm from Chicago. I'm an American, and I recently got married, as you can probably guess by the title of the video, depending on what I make it. But anyway, I want to talk about something really interesting that I noticed as a creator, and I won't talk for too long because I want to make this video while I have privacy. I just finished cleaning. My husband will be home soon. But yes, I find it really interesting how after I got married, people silently started leaving. And some of those people did it in a way where they were sneak dissing me. I just find it really strange. And it makes me sad because it's people don't want to see you do better than them. People don't want to see you happy. And people are constantly comparing themselves to you and lying about what they really want in life. So to explain what I'm getting at is, I saw a lot of my friends, specifically on Facebook and some even on Instagram, that didn't really say anything about the idea of getting married so much, or when they did, it was always something really negative. And I saw people literally just unfriending me. I lost a lot of followers on Instagram. People don't want to see you in a happy relationship. They don't want you to be happy. They like it when you're making videos. And they like when you're making videos and you're making posts where you're just bashing men, or you're oh my god, I don't have what I want, or oh my god, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a boss bitch, I deserve X, Y, and Z. They like that type of stuff. But the moment that you settle down or you get into a good relationship, people don't care about you anymore. They don't want to hear about you anymore. They don't want to be friends with you anymore. They don't want to talk to you anymore. And they start saying sneaky stuff. For example, I saw people making posts about how marriage is stupid and it's a waste of money, waste of time, and talking about prenups and just all this other type of stuff. And then people post about how they want to be married, they want to be happy, etc. And it's so you can post this stuff and you're my friend, might I add, but you can't congratulate me on getting married. Can't send me a message, can't even like my posts. You ain't gotta say it. I get it. You're saying the same, oh, thank you to every single person, but you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about you all necessarily for my subscribers. You all don't know me in real life, but I'm talking about people that I actually know, people that I was friends with, people that I'm related to, people that I went to school with. It's actually really hurtful to see that. And so I try to give the benefit of the doubt. I do not see everybody's posts. I actually just recently started kind of using Facebook more, and a few years ago I made the decision to delete pretty much everyone off of my list, and I left it where the only people that I'm friends with on Facebook are people that I either know in real life, or I have some sort of association to them, we went to school together, or they kept sharing funny posts and I like their posts, fine, I'll add this person, that type of thing. But otherwise, my friends list is really low. I have less than 500 friends. And it used to be a dumb thing back in the day, showing my age, where everybody wanted to have 5,000 plus friends. So yeah, back on subject. That's my husband. I'm sorry, yeah, hold on. He just messaged me. I also get it on my computer, which is the one thing that I do like about Chromebooks. You can have it where it syncs. Maybe Apple does this too, your Line account. So anytime that I get a message on there, I also get it here. Look, he's so sweet. He asked me what do I want for dinner. Okay, sorry, y'all. Anyway, I'm so annoying. I can't help it, y'all. I'm so happy. Okay, but anyway, I swear, this is not how I've been posting, okay? I've been more annoying on Instagram, if anything, but it's how's it even annoying? I've made literally the moment that I posted that I had a boyfriend, people started unfollowing me. When it came to Facebook, I immediately just posted that I got married. So while of course there were a lot of people that were happy for me, I couldn't help but notice that suddenly everybody started sharing stuff. People that I know about, how marriage is dumb and how, I can't wait till I find, my whatever. It's you know what I mean? It's just okay. I just think it's so strange. Guys that I went to school with, people that I dated, not dated, people that liked me and that I kind of, flirted with, talked to, whatever. It's people felt their feelings were hurt. They were heartbroken by the fact or idea that I married someone. And it's you didn't want to marry me. You didn't want to date me. My nigga, you got a girlfriend. And I honestly have secondhand embarrassment for some of these women, because I wish my man would be posting about how going 50-50 is delusional, and not delusional, opposite, I'm sorry, going 50-50 is the standard, and wanting to be a housewife is delusional. And I've talked, let me calm my voice down. I've talked about this on my channel before, and that's what really upsets me. Men, and I say this with a ring now, so fuck y'all that, you know, oh, you ain't married, you can't talk. Well, now I can. Men want you to want what they want, and that pisses me the F off. And I think more men need to understand that, because I think from the outside looking in, it does sound bad. Because as a woman, let's be real, when you look at it from a woman's perspective, the idea that a man just wants you because of your body, your looks, your youth, it sounds bad, right? Because that's not what we really look for in men. But that's the thing, we're not men. Men like different things than what women do. Now, you can find some dude that's looking for a sugar mama, but generally speaking, men don't care about your finances. They don't care about your education. In fact, for a lot of men, it makes them feel less masculine, especially if you have more than what they do. Now, I ain't saying for you to stay back and be broke and dumb, but I'm just saying that the more you have, typically the harder it's going to be to find a man. Just putting it out there. So beyond that, let me reply back to him. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. So journal people, okay? Okay, sorry about that, y'all. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna have for dinner. I wanted curry, but okay. Yeah, I forgot what I was really getting at. But I just found it really funny how, like, people that they, like, moved on, had their own relationships, like, we don't even talk like that. People seem bothered by the fact that my husband is Japanese. People are bothered by a black woman dating outside her race, and yet alone marrying outside of your race. And that all of these people, are pretending like they hate the idea of marriage and acting all bitter and whatnot. And it's like, no. Now, you said all of that crap about how you don't want to get married, and marriage is, you ain't got to get married to prove your relationship, whatever, blah, blah. It's like, okay. And now look at you. You're a single mother of 4. And, I mean, who's going to want to date you? And I'm not saying this to bash, but I know people watching my videos, single moms. I was raised by a single mother, theoretically. My parents are legally married, but they've been separated since I was like 8 or 9 years old, and my dad has problems. So we ain't finna get into all of that. Patreon knows. I've talked about it briefly here on YouTube, so let me lower my voice again. That's not the purpose of what I'm getting. I'm not saying this to bash you, make you feel bad. I'm just saying, it's not the idea that, oh, you're a single mom. It's the fact that, and it's okay to admit this, you're hiding behind the fact that you can't get what you want, or at least you think you can't get, I should say. I won't say you know. You think you cannot get what you want. So instead of admitting that you want this, instead acting bitter, jealous, jaded, whatever. And I hate saying his name because I know y'all gonna kill me for it, but I gotta keep it real. Kevin Samuels really changed my life in a lot of ways. And I'll also be honest with you, I think I owe it to him the reason why I even got married. Just keeping it real. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't follow that man's advice down to the T. But it really helped me, like, reconsider, rethink everything that I thought I knew about dating. It helped me rethink why my relationships don't work out, why I'm dating the men that I do, just everything, and help me understand what men want, because we so commonly think about what we want, and we think that because of what the media tells us what men want, this is what real men really want. And I felt like his advice really, I feel like it honestly did help a lot, and I'll talk about that in later videos. I'll do a live stream on that later on. But yeah, it's just really funny to me. It's like, I understand that people feel jealous and bitter, because I honestly did when I told you guys about this, how I saw my friends from university getting married within a year of being here. I'm like, how did you find a man handsome, good job, tall? Like, man, I want your man. I was super jealous, super bitter. And honestly, I'm just in total shock. I'm like, oh my god, like, my man is taller than yours, makes more money, better career. I can't believe that I actually topped what I was jealous of. And that's the thing, and I want that for you all too. So instead of like looking at me, but oh, I'm jealous, I want what you have, whatever, instead say, I hope that, I'll get something equal to or better, or just be happy, just be genuinely happy for other people. Because sitting around being bitter, jealous, whatever, it doesn't change anything. And for myself, I'm not being a hypocrite. Even though some of my friends are getting married or whatnot, I liked their posts. I congratulated them. I wasn't thinking, I hope you all get a divorce. I wasn't doing any type of stuff. I didn't look down on them for being in an interracial relationship. Hold on, he messaged me again. It really upsets me that people can't genuinely be happy for other people. And then if that's not enough, like, fine, if you don't want to be happy, whatever, but don't be sneak dissing me, making posts about interracial relationships or about how, being a housewife is stupid, whatever, which, FYI, I'm not really a house. Kinda. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm actually about to start working a part-time job. So, anyway, yes, this video doesn't go anywhere. It just really kind of saddens me and upsets me that I'm realizing how things have already started changing. So, all of these people that have been saying for years, before I ever met this man, before I even like had somebody that was willing to marry me, people that have been posting for years about how marriage is dumb, stupid, whatever. Now suddenly, now all of a sudden, when I pop up married, oh, now the feelings of jealousy come out. Now that your man has left you, you're left a single mom. These are the people that thought marriage was silly. You don't need to get married, it's dumb. You all are together forever. The idea that you, and I get it, people make mistakes, but again, the fact that you're crapping on marriage makes it like a dumb and bad idea, when now you could have benefited from being married. So don't get me wrong. I know people, oh, he'll leave you anyway, like just because you're married. I totally agree, but let's also keep it real. Being married makes a relationship more solid, more stable, and people that are married generally want to work harder to make things work than a couple that is not married. When you're not married, you can get mad at each other and be like, oh, I hate you, I'm done, I'm leaving. When you're married, you can't just walk away from your relationship like that. Most adults do not do that. You actually feel the need, because you have a formal commitment to sit down and make things work. And normally it's a red flag. A man that has no interest, or a woman, no interest in marrying you, that's a sign that your relationship isn't heading in the right direction by itself. And the crazy thing is, there's so many women that have allowed men to talk themselves out of this idea. Because I feel like all of those girls that, I'm talking about, that have been posting about how marriage is done, whatever, all these baby mamas, especially multi-baby mamas, people that got, or multiple baby, not multiple baby daddies, but, people that are like 3-time baby mamas, etc. They had the most to say about this. And I feel like the reason being is they're echoing what their man said. They want to keep him because he's handsome, he's the bad boy type, whatever. And in some cases he even has money. But it's like, okay, but look at it, how this is going. He's disrespecting you. He's not willing to commit to you and marry you and say, I want to be yours and only yours. You cannot tell that same man, let's just be together. We can hold hands. We might even be able to kiss. We can go on dates. We can celebrate the holidays together. But I just can't have sex with you. You don't need to have sex to be in a loving relationship. Try saying that to a man. And watch how few people you're going to have the ability to date and yet alone marry. It's not going to happen. But women keep settling and allowing themselves to believe, oh, marriage isn't a big deal. It's just a piece of paper. Is money just a piece of paper? You know how much money would change your life if you had more of that green in your pocket. Shoot, some of you can benefit from some coins in your pocket. So it's like, why do people keep pretending like marriage is just a certificate, just a piece of paper? Okay, there were 3 more things that I wanted to add to this video. I found it extremely interesting that people in particular seem to be bothered by the fact that I'm in an interracial relationship. And it's like, guys, I've been living in Japan for almost 10 years. I've been here for 6 years now at this point. Who am I supposed to date then? I'm supposed to just give up on the idea of being married because I chose to live my slave country in the U.S.? So I only have the option to marry a black man. And then even crazier thing is, the people that are bothered the most by me dating outside of my race interracially is black men. The least loyal men to their own race. I'm not saying this to start a whole war, I'm just being real. Black men marry outside their race the most out of any, besides Asian women per se. But shoot, even then, I don't know what the comparison is. Do Asian women marry outside their race more, or do black men? And also, I want to keep a couple of things in mind, because people constantly say, oh, black men are mostly married to black women. I know, and this is where, I do disagree with Kevin Samuels, when the whole black demographic website, etc. type stuff. This is the reason why. It doesn't take into account men of value. We're not talking about Pookie. We're not talking about the guy working at 7-Eleven or McDonald's or, any of that type of crap. I'm talking about men of value. When men get money, and there are statistics on this too, they are usually the least race loyal, unlike other races. And I don't care about it. Like I said, I'm not crying over black men. I don't care. I'm not checking for you all. And that's exactly what I was talking about with my own video right here. I find it funny that people who I don't give 2 F's about, people that I would never date, they're outside of my league, people with criminal records, drug dealers, tattoos, piercings, baby mamas, etc., butthurt and acting super offended. Like, oh, how dare you? I'm like, my nigga, you wouldn't have had a chance at me anyway. I don't date people like you. And it's not, when I say people like you, I don't mean people that are black. Let me clarify that. I don't date people that have your type of crap going on. I'm not dating no nigga trying to sell his food stamps for shit. I'm not dating no man that smokes marijuana. I'm not dating no man that's been posting memes and sharing statuses about his thoughts on going 50-50 and how women being housewives is delusion. Why would I want to be with you? And these are common things that I see black people doing. Now, with that said, I find it really interesting that people are bothered by me dating outside my race, but then it's like, okay, weren't you just making posts about snow bunnies and glorifying light-skinned women, colorism, etc.? You must say, oh, well, you're light skinned, but then also keep this in mind. I don't enjoy, appreciate, or date people that are colorists. I don't. I'm not ignorant. I don't find that to be a compliment either. So it's okay for you to basically say things that are on par with you not only dating outside your race or wanting to, but you're literally being discriminatory against your own race by supporting colorist ideas. Like talking about, light-skinned baddies, etc., and how you only date light-skinned girls, etc. I'm supposed to like somebody like that? So yeah, I just find it funny, the hypocrisy. It's okay for you to date outside your race, but if I do it, I'm a bad person. You want me, but I don't want you. Did that ever cross your mind? Just because you want to date me or whatever doesn't mean that I want to date you. And then the third and craziest thing to me is these are people that did not want committed relationships with me. People that just wanted to flirt, just wanted to have sex, wanted to send dick pics. Then when you see me pop up married, you feel like I'm the one that got away. You feel hurt. Sorry guys, it's noisy outside. I live near an expressway. But it's like, okay, you had years to talk to me and you never shot your shot. You were, in the background, you flirted a little bit, but you never directly asked me to be your girlfriend, yet alone get married. And then these same people share memes and stuff talking about how, getting married too soon is bad, whatever. And it's like, okay, I'm about to wait till I'm 30 years old, give you 3 years of my life, and you making a minimum wage or average ass salary, nothing special going on career-wise. I even have friends that have decent jobs that still don't want to do 50-50. Not want to do 50-50. Want to do 50-50 and have no interest in having a house life. And that's totally fine. I don't go around hating on you and bashing you. I don't care about what you're doing because I don't like you. I'm not attracted to you. I'm not attracted to you physically. I'm not attracted to you mentally. I don't care about what you have going on. I don't care about your opinions, thoughts, or what you're doing with your life because I'm not interested in you. Likewise, you might have feelings and call yourself liking me, but you never acted on it. You never once asked me to be your girlfriend. You never once told me that you were looking for a wife, wanted to get married, etc. And not just that, my nigga, I don't even live in your country. So how are you triggered, hurt, and bothered by the fact that, yes, something good happened to me in my life? I actually got married to somebody who happens to have a really good career, unlike you. Do better in life then. Don't get mad at me. That'd be like me being mad at some of my friends that did get married, and their wife is bad as hell. She looks really good, got a good body, etc., got a good education. And instead of me just, congratulations, whatever. Instead, I make posts hating on skinny bitches or hating on fit bitches, etc. It's like, okay, instead of being a hater, how about I realize, wow, maybe I should go to the gym more. Wow, maybe I should date men that are more serious, that really like me, instead of, wasting my time with F-boys, so that I could get married like this person did. I'll never understand that. And I even have friends and whatnot that, that did get married after dating somebody for, 6, 7, 10 years. Crazy stuff. And that's cool, it worked out for you. But I sure as hell ain't finna do that, because think about the opposite. What if it didn't work out? And again, like how I said, that same man would not do that for you. A man is not gonna wait for you for no 5, 10 years. The average man. I ain't talking about no simping type crap. Now, they'd probably do 5, 10 years if they just wanted to get married like how you do. But let's flip the roles like how I said. Women are the ones that really want marriage. Arguably on the same level that men really want to have sex. If you told that man that you weren't going to sleep with him until he married you, he's either going to cheat on you or leave you. Men would not put up with the same stuff that women do. But as a woman, you'll put off what you want. You'll decide not to get married, and you'll still give him full-on wife treatment. You'll cook, clean for him. You'll let him borrow your car. You'll sometimes even pay, tabs for him at restaurants and pay the bill at the restaurant. You'll split bills with him, etc. You'll give him wife treatment. You'll have sex with him. You'll buy him stuff, cook, clean, etc. You go with him to events, etc. And for a lot of these women, they feel like they're getting the best of both worlds. Because, okay, we're going to get married later. And in the meantime, he's treating you like I'm his wife. Or we're already living together. You're just cheating yourself. A man would not say, well, at least she cuddles with me at night and she kisses me. If you're not going to have full-on sex with the average man, he is not going to stay faithful to you, 5, 10 years. He's going to at least cheat. And the average man ain't even going to waste your time like that. He will leave you. Girl, I ain't crazy. 5 years for you? He could find a better looking girl that's willing to do that now. Likewise, you're as smart as a woman, you would find a better looking, taller, more financially stable man that's ready to marry you now. And that's literally exactly what I did. These clowns didn't want to get married, didn't want to be my boyfriend. And it's not just in the US, not just people on Facebook, etc. I mean people that I was talking to here in Japan. Completely shocked. What? You got married? How could you? You didn't want to marry me. Shit, you didn't even want to be my boyfriend. You couldn't even stop cheating and lying on me. And now suddenly when I pop up married, you're hurt, you're shocked, you can't believe me. Yes, I actually pursued and went after what I wanted. Likewise, you're pursuing and going after what you want, sex. And when you get old, you're going to regret the people that you missed out on by being stupid. And it's crazy to me, like especially being in Japan, that people think so sheep-like. They don't even think to get married until their friends around them are starting to get married. Then it crosses their mind, maybe I should do that. I'm not going to bash my husband, but I'm just going to keep it real. He's a prime example of that. He even admitted to me. He did not have any interest in having a girlfriend, basically, until he met me. He dated one person before me. Before that, you best believe all the girls that he was messing with, he was just sleeping with. Time wasters. People that you go out on dates with, people that you don't really buy gifts for. Man fell in love with me and married me in less than 3 months, or basically just over 3 months. That's all it took. And we decided to get married before that. I can't imagine the girls that cried their eyes out over my man, that wanted to be his wife, or at least wanted to be his girlfriend. He didn't even want a girlfriend. He was focused on hanging out with his bros, going to school. And I mean, come on, look at his career. You can imagine all the girls falling all over him when he was in school, seeing what his degree was going to be for. But he had self-control. Nope. And that's what I was saying, like in my other video. I don't know which one I'm going to post first. But men always make sure they get what they want. My man was not going to compromise and change his plans in order to get or keep a woman. You had to work around what he wanted until he found the right person. When I came along, he changed his mind. At that point in his life, his friends and colleagues, etc., they were all, starting to get married, or all of them were, depending on which social group we're talking about. He decided I want a relationship, and I was lucky. I was the right age, met him at the right time, right place. Men know what they want and they pursue it. So I'm not going to get into a whole video about that. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's like, I'll talk about that during my live stream. If you guys remind me, I'll talk about the details of, me meeting my husband. But it's like, my now husband. It's crazy to me that people want to waste your time and then they get mad when you move on from them and do something with your life and your time. Don't worry about me dating outside my race. It has nothing to do with you not being Japanese and me being a bad wench, sellout, whatever. No. You're underneath, beneath my league. I'm out of your league. I wouldn't date somebody like you. You're a bum. You're a loser. You don't care about getting married. You want to do things 50-50. You're a baby daddy. I ain't doing all that garbage and crap, drug use, etc. Have fun. Waste someone else's time. It is not going to be mine. Don't worry about who I'm fucking and sucking, okay? That ain't none of your business. I wouldn't be with you. Look, I was single all these years, and I didn't want to be with you. And for some of the men, yeah, you were too. And you ain't made no effort to try to be with me. So don't get upset when you see me pop up married. Simple as that. And then for women, instead of bashing and hating on my relationship, sneak dissing, etc., maybe acknowledge the fact, wow, I made a really big dumb mistake. I gave this nigga 3 babies. I was preaching for the longest how you don't need to get married and marriage is just a piece of paper and it's stupid, blah, blah, blah. And now look, it took a while, but years later, here you are left single and you don't get shit, possibly child support, but you have no protection. Now you gotta pay for everything yourself. You ought to feel embarrassed. And now look, what man is gonna want you now? I'm just keeping it real. You can find somebody, but it's normally, emphasis on normally, not going to be a man of value. That's the point. A man that you legitimately want. I'm not talking about just any old man to marry you just for the sake of getting married. But I'm talking about a good man with a good job, a man you're actually attracted to. Because most men, They ain't finna play stepdaddy for 3 to 5 kids and deal with that ghetto baby mama, baby daddy type drama. They don't want to deal with that, especially if they don't have it themselves. And shoot, a lot of people that have that drama themselves, why you want to marry into more drama that matches your own? So much more can be said about that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I just want to add to this video that it's ironic that people don't see, the irony in what they're doing. It's okay for you to post and worship, Latina, white, or even other, Asian women, etc. But God forbid that I do basically what you've been fetishizing over and marry outside of my race. And now I'm the sellout. I'm the bad person. I'm disgusting. The irony in that. You don't want to get married. You don't want to have a housewife. But you're upset seeing me as one. That bothers you because somebody did what I want for me. Then the other part, well, women pretending like they don't care about marriage. Marriage is stupid and trying to play themselves as, oh, girl, he could leave you anyway. Well, yeah, of course, you can get fired from your dream job too, but do you not want your dream job because it's a possibility that you can get fired from it and lose it? And let's also be real. Most of the people that end up getting divorced, etc., they did not marry someone of value. They married some broke, bummy nigga that wasn't serious, didn't have much going on for themselves, that was abusive, etc. There were problems within their relationship before they ever got married. It's not a matter of getting married itself. In fact, one of the people I could think of in particular married a guy that was in the military. Gave this nigga 5 kids. They got remarried. And she was just convincing herself, oh, marriage ain't important, etc. And it's okay, but, you're married yourself. Didn't you just get remarried? So if it's not important, then why do you care, about to get me remarried, And so it's like, I understand what they're saying. Like, you don't have to revolve your life around it. But let's keep it real, especially when you want to have kids. Yeah, your life kind of does have to revolve around marriage, at least to a certain degree. You need it. It makes life more stable for you. Not to mention, let's keep it real. Who wants to raise 5 kids by themselves? That's stressful. That's hard. And it's hard on your kids too. It's not about what you want. People oftentimes forget that. Being married is not just about you. It's about your children too. And the reason why it is, I'm not telling you to stay married to somebody and be unhappy. But I am being real with you. A lot of women in particular need to understand that it's not about just seeing you and dad happy together. It's about allowing your children to even get to know and see their father. I'll make a whole other video about that. But I literally have friends that are refusing to let their, friends, more like associates from back in school, that are refusing to let their kid's father, see their child because they're not on good terms with them. That messes with your kid a lot more than them seeing you and their dad unhappy together. So, I ain't finna talk about that right now. All I gotta say is I just find it really funny that people that were completely against the idea of marriage, now suddenly, they have all of this crap to say. It's like, if you don't care about getting married anyway, then why does me getting married trigger you? Let me do what I'm doing. Mind your own business. And then I feel sorry for the people that after they saw me get married, then they feel like, oh, wow, maybe I should date seriously. Maybe I should get married. Maybe I shouldn't have had kids, so earlier, with that dude or whatever. So I ain't going to talk about all that. I can go into a lot more about that. I'll end it right here. So let me get back to my video. I'm going to take a little break. Sorry it went on for so long. And add this other stuff too that I found interesting. And mind you, again, I'm not talking to people that are subscribed to me. I don't really look at most of you all's Instagram feed, etc. Even if I'm following you, I normally don't ever look at your page. So just throwing that out there. I don't know you guys. I don't care about you guys. I'm talking to people that I know in real life. People that I went to school. People that I personally worked with. That I'm friends with on social media. That I supported, laughed at their memes and jokes, etc. That acted really funky and bitter towards me. Suddenly people are starting to share memes about their thoughts on blazing relationships, or on people, dating outside their race, or on marriage, or on housewives, or, dating high value men, etc. And it's also funny too that people instantly assume that I'm a gold digger, I'm a bad person, etc. Because I'm married well, that makes me a bad person. These are the same people that'll clown you when you're only getting $92 a month for child support from the guy that works at 7-Eleven. So it's like, okay. So securing myself financially, make sure my kids have a secure financial future. Then my kids can go to private school. They can, have their university paid for. By my husband, having the ability to go on vacations and get nice gifts and eat nice food because of my husband's career. I should be ashamed of that. That's bad. But my husband doesn't have to be ashamed of the fact that he scored a younger woman. He doesn't have to be ashamed of the fact that, he got a woman that he found to be very beautiful and attractive. There's no shame in that. It's only shame when women get what they want. So, alright, back to the video. Sorry, you guys. So don't get me wrong. You don't have to be married to be happy. But most people want to get married. Specifically, most women want to get married. And with that said, you should prioritize it. And I'm not going to get into the Kevin Samuels stuff, oh, like, you got to be this age. No, I'll be honest. Yes, it's easier to get married when you're under the age of 30. But I will also be real with you. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 40, 50 years old. If you want to get married, you can get married. You have to be more realistic about what your options are going to be. For example, even for myself, I personally only date older men, and I had to recognize if I'm trying to date a guy that's 35 or older, which I mostly have been dealing with, more than likely they're going to come with some baggage. Maybe you either have kids, maybe you've been divorced. I've dealt with it all. So that's what I will say is definitely true. Not saying that you have to have a man that has that, but it's going to be a lot harder to find someone that doesn't, especially if you have requirements for financial, requirements for education, etc. So it's so much that can be said. Let me check, see if he messaged me again. We're having a disagreement on white or brown rice. But yeah, it's just literally so crazy to me that people act like they don't want something when they're with their partner. And then I noticed that these people, when they saw me get married, or even before that, because for some of them I saw them posting stuff, as soon as their man left them, then suddenly they saw the value in having a husband. They saw the value in having a man. They suddenly wanted to have a real relationship like that. But they spent years with people that kept making babies with them, kept stringing them along. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not crapping on baby mamas. I'm crapping on the people that are either a baby mama or even with the man for years and years and years, and convincing yourself this is the same as being married. Because it's not. It really is different. It doesn't feel like it like at first. It's like, oh my God, like, is this real? Like, am I married? Like, when does the magic start happening? But you move differently, you talk differently, you make plans differently. And again, when shit gets real, you sit down and you try to make it work. Divorce is something that you cannot necessarily predict. It can be inevitable. You can predict in some situations, but you know what I mean. You can't control what your partner does. I'm not saying that getting married is foolproof and you can never get a divorce and whatever else. Your partner can have issues later on. However, I am saying that by taking the right steps and trying your best to do your part to secure and stop, your partner, I'm not saying, this sounds bad, I'm not saying like stop them from leaving, like trying to, hold on to them and, I'm trying to say like trapping a man in a sense, or vice versa. But rather, you are making it more stable. It's the equivalent of having a job where you are a regular employee or a contracted worker. It's the equivalent of, okay, I'm in a dangerous, bad, poor neighborhood. I'm not going to walk around with, fancy, expensive handbags and jewelry and iPhone 20 in my pocket. I'm going to use my brain and be like, maybe, just maybe, I should hide my belongings and stuff so that this way I'm less likely, might even want to get some traveler's insurance, less likely to have my stuff stolen from me. In this case, your future stolen from you in a sense. It's hard to date when you have children. It's hard to date when, especially if you've never been married. So it's like, I don't understand people keep pretending like they downplay marriage. They downplay the idea of being a committed relationship, a monogamous relationship. And all of these women are literally just echoing what men are saying. And these same men, they would not be okay with you doing that to them. See, men are okay with you settling for, 50-50, etc. because it benefits them. They don't care about benefiting you. They don't care that what you find attractive is financial stability. But you better care about looking good, because he most certainly will pass up on you for the next girl with a bigger ass and, the triple F titties. So it's okay for men to get what they want, which is beauty and youth in a woman. They're going to want a young, beautiful woman. But for you as a woman, you want to have money. No. You better act like a man and just like him for his looks. And height is also off limits. That makes men angry too. And like I said this inside of another video, but men really get a really big break. They don't have to look good. Having money replaces your looks. Women like financial security. Most of us do. Over looks. Likewise, men prefer beauty and youth, which kind of go hand in hand. They prefer beauty over youth, for starts, but they prefer beauty over education and money in a woman. We are different, and that's okay. We don't have to be the same. We want and like different things. You can always find that I'm talking about heterosexual men, might also add, but you can always find that one unicorn in the bunch that likes and or wants something different. But generally speaking, this is what we want. Stop allowing people to talk you out of, what you want, your dreams, your goals, etc. And don't be afraid to ask for what you want. And if you're not going to get what you want from the man that you want it from, then move on. That's exactly what I did. Tell men what you want. They're not willing to provide it for you. Move on. They will do it for the woman that they love. It's that simple. And be careful who you're friends with, because I knew that these people weren't really my friends years ago. But just the fact that we're associated, the fact that we're family, etc., that people take things so personally, that people get so angry, so jealous, so bitter. People don't want to marry you, but they get mad if you marry someone else. People crap on marriage, but then they get upset when they see you married. And it's like, if you don't believe in the idea of marriage, that's good for you. Don't crap on my relationship because you don't want that for yourself. Don't get mad and say you don't want it for yourself because you don't have it yet. I've been wanting to get married for years. At least the past 8 years. And especially after I turned 21. And you want to know what I did not do? I did not go around acting like marriage wasn't a big deal. I didn't go around crap on people who got married. I wanted what they had. And I openly admitted, man, I wish I was you. I've prayed to God countlessly for a husband. And I'm not saying that it can't get taken away from me. Like I said, you can't help it. Relationships end. People do get a divorce. But getting married shows your partner's dedication, their love, and commitment to and there for you. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be a divorcee. It's okay to be a baby mama. That's not my point. I'm simply saying people make mistakes. But don't lie to yourself and then also hate on other people for having what you truly want. And ask yourself, where did you get this idea from that 50-50 is the norm and that this has to be what you do? Where did you get this idea that liking a man because he's well educated and has good finances is bad? Do you think these men think it's wrong for them to like you for your looks? Have you ever considered the fact that that same man you're trying to defend, I'm paying 50-50 with him, I'm helping him out, whatever? You think he'd be with you if you weren't paying 50-50? Do you think he'd be with you if you didn't look good, if you weren't young, if you weren't giving him pud every night? Now you with him and he ain't doing nothing for you really. He a man on your arms. But let's keep it real, ladies. If your man ain't providing for you, protecting and taking care of you in that sense, financial security is what we typically want as a woman. We're kind of wired that way. How is this a fair trade? He gets a beautiful woman to fuck, and you get a man that helps you save 50% on your rent? And that sounds like people, you'd rather pay full rent to 50%? Yeah, I actually would. If I wanted a roommate, I would get a roommate. I can move in with my best friend. That's not a husband. Yeah, that's my answer to your question. I don't need a roommate. I want a husband. So, if you choose to do that in your relationship, that's totally different. For example, I plan to work part-time. And my agreement is, I'm planning to actually pay the utilities in my house. Or at least some of them. But you get what I'm trying to say? You can make a conscious decision to do this in a stable relationship. It's okay to help your partner. It's okay to love a partner that cannot provide 100% for you. But we can also be real and stop pretending like this idea is crazy and stupid. Men marry ugly women all the time. They have sex with them even more than they marry them. They're not blinded by the fact that you're ugly or that you're fat or anything else. They've simply decided this is a flaw that you have, but I still love you regardless. That simple. So, I'm done. I'm just rambling, ranting at this point. So, all I wanted to say was that I just found it really hurtful that after I got married, I saw people unfollow me. I saw people unfriend me. I saw people make sneak diss posts about interracial marriages. People laugh at the fact I'm in an interracial marriage. I saw people, nobody said anything directly to me, but just seeing like the little sub type stuff people were doing. And seeing people that were completely against that they're getting married. And then it's like, once I feel happy for this, But they didn't congratulate me, but instead they're like, oh, like, it's not fair, see, XYZ, everybody I went to school with, they getting married, they got a house, and everybody this age. And I'm like, maybe because they prioritized it, and instead of crapping on online dating, and instead of trying to date within their race and preaching that Omar whatever type crap like how y'all been doing all over Facebook, they actually date outside their race and open up the opportunity to marry and date who they love instead of who society's telling them to. I don't know. So in one sense, I'm happy that I enlightened people that I was close to or that knew me and followed me, whatever, because they realize, look, if I can do it, why can't you? So, and I think that's another thing too, to also kind of kill people on the inside. It's like, oh, like, look at this, black fat bitch, this OnlyFans whore. You're able to get a high value man. And it's like, yep. And that just goes to show you too, and this is something I also agree with Kevin Samuels on. A lot of black women in particular, but women in general, think they look a lot better than they really do. And some even think they look a lot younger than they really do when you really don't. And that's the thing, like, it's not about what you think or what you want. It's about what men think about you. They're the ones who decide who they want to marry. They're the ones who judge you. They're the ones who determine whether you look good or not. Your best friends, your mama, your daddy can tell you whatever. It's what men think. So I know girls see me all the time, I look better than her, I'm whatever. And it's like, okay, well, men apparently say otherwise. And I ain't no damn 10. I'm not the best looking woman. I know that. So, yeah, it's not even like a matter of that, but I think that people also see me and they feel like, how did she get married before me? How did she get a ring? And so I feel like, people feel towards me. And that's cool. And in one sense, I want that to also be realized, right? Because I focused on getting married and I didn't give up, even though I wanted to several times. I said it several times. Patreon, y'all can back me up. I've said it countless times. I've been through it all. I've had every reason to give up on the idea of getting married, but I knew that I really wanted it, and I said it thousands of times before. I know that I would regret not getting married more than I would marrying the wrong person because, it's too soon, too fast, whatever. And that's the crazy thing too. Like, if you look back in the, the Bible or just the old days period, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, which you should, but people did not used to date. That's a new age thing. Dating was not a thing. People did not take years to decide who they wanted to marry. And that's another reason why it was also easier to be, abstain from sex. People weren't dating each other for 3, 6, 12 months, whatever. You found a good partner, you met their parents, you married them, you made a family. You moved on and started your own. You moved in together. That's the way that it's supposed to go. Dating somebody for a really long period of time is not going to change anything. In fact, especially when you're older, all you're going to do is waste time. The older you are, the shorter time you should date people. I am theoretically young enough to afford to date somebody for a year or so. But 3, 5 years? No. Because if you decide, after 3 years, I don't really want to marry. My nigga, I'm 30 now. Damn, I wasted my 20s on you. Sorry, y'all. Let me lower my voice. But, like, you see what I'm trying to say? There's people that are 30, 35, 40 years old trying to have 3-year relationships with people. And it's like, did you forget that I want to have, like, kids? And, like, I might have fertility issues, and even if I didn't, it's like, okay, now you're limiting the gap I can have between my children. You're limiting the number of kids I can have. And also keep in mind, the older you are, the less time you're going to have to spend with your kids in good health, to see your grandchildren, to have your parents experience being grandparents, like great-grandparents, etc. So it just, like, really amazes me that people keep getting suckered into the idea that you should wait until you're older, etc. So I'm going to talk about all of this stuff much later. I'll end it here because he'll be home soon. But all I want to say is this. It's sad that people aren't happy for you genuinely. People are jealous of you. Not in the, I want to be you. But, like, in the, I can't believe that bitch got married type thing. So much so to the point they can't even be bothered to see you anymore. I understand men leaving, which I find funny too. It's like, I wasn't going to fuck you or date you anyway. So I don't know why y'all leaving. Like, just because I'm single doesn't mean that I'm going to marry or date you. And people like the illusion that you don't have a boyfriend, don't have a man. You should just look pretty online. They want to see your pretty pictures, just you. But if you show that you got a man, oh no, I don't want to see none of that. Which is cool, because I ain't finna hot man. I love my husband, and he loves me too, and that's all that really matters. So I'm not trying to impress nobody or look good for anybody anymore. It's just that, besides my man, it's just that I find it funny that people act like they had a chance with you. You didn't. If I wanted you, I would have let you know. And if you wanted me, you should have let me know. Some of these people have wives and girlfriends themselves. Why are you bothered by me and my relationship? So, and that's the crazy thing too. Like, we keep getting suckered as black women to stay with black men. And I'm not saying all black men are like this. I have plenty of black men that follow me and support my relationship. It's not what I'm getting at. But a lot of people are upset by the fact that I date interracially. And I'm not against the idea of dating black men. I find black men to be very handsome, very attractive, very funny, very intelligent. But the problem is, once again, how many of these people actually want to marry me? And when given the option, most black men will choose a non-black woman. Which, I mean, look at celebrities. You put some money in their pocket, you ain't on the table anymore. And I'll admit that I'm kind of that special exception to the rule, because I have lighter skin and I have quote-unquote good hair and I'm young with no children, etc. But that's all a whole nother story. I just find it interesting that black men don't mind seeing their own friends and family that are black men date outside their race. But as a black woman, I'm not permitted to do that. And again, not all black men, but a lot of people are like this. There are black women like this too, but it's a much bigger issue in the reverse. So it's all a whole nother story. Like I said, I'm happy for myself. Thank you for those of you that did support me, that are happy, genuinely happy for me. But the reality is, I honestly was like kind of shocked by this. Like, okay, like, you've been saying for years that you don't like the idea of getting married, and now suddenly after you see me married, now all they post, oh, I can't wait till my husband, people deaf, I can't wait till I get a man, whatever. And so it's like, okay. And then the other people that, oh, marriage is so stupid, being a housewife is dumb, I don't ever want to be that, I don't ever want to do whatever, like, I'd never marry somebody, that's Asian, I want to, all these little racial jokes, etc. And it's like, suddenly you have stuff to say about dating, interracially after I pop out with a interracial Asian husband. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's whatever. I don't care. I'm not bothered by other people in that sense. I find it sad. I made a video about it because it did affect me. Like, you're supposed to be my friend, like, you're my follower, you're my whatever. But people are bitter, they're jealous, and they'll come around to realize they really made a mistake, and you made a mistake multiple times over and over again. Don't ever let a man play you like that. Men get what they want in their relationships. They make sure they have an orgasm. They make sure that they have sex. They make sure they get a pretty woman. But as a woman, you should just be grateful that you have a man to please. Is how they see it. Well, I gotta provide for you. Well, I gotta pay bills. Well, I gotta do X, Y, and Z for you. So it's whatever. So I'm done ranting, I'm done talking. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching. I'll make more videos like this later. We'll talk about this on a live stream in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, leave a comment down below. If you're married, tell me, did you find yourself like losing friends, losing followers? How do people react to you and your relationship and your marriage? Again, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Comic95. I have a Snapchat and TikTok at Comic the Savior. I have a blog at comic95.com and a Facebook fan page at Comic95 the Savior. That's all for this video. If you have any questions or video ideas, please send me an email with them or leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to respond to all of them. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and thank you for all of your love and support for those of you that were supportive of my marriage and relationship. I really appreciate it. Again, my goal is not to make people feel jealous of me or be bitter or whatever. I want you to get married, and I want you to be happier than I am. I want you to have more than what I had. That's not my purpose. I'm just saying that it is hurtful to see people not be genuinely happy for you, and to also sneak diss you too, like, throw like shade at you, whatever. So it's whatever. It's life. It's an adult. I got my ring. I don't care about what nobody think about me. So, except for my husband and Jesus and my cats. All right. Bye, y'all. Thank you for listening. Bye.